What up, guys? This is Casey's Raw again. This is part 14 of consoles, game, and stories from my past. Today is the crown jewel system in my collection. This is the Rolls Royce of game consoles. This is the Rolex of game consoles. During this time frame when this first came out, I think it actually came out before the Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis. I could be wrong, but while Super Nintendo and Sega Genesis and TurboGrafx were all 16-bit, um, Neo Geo considered themselves 24-bit. Like, well, that's kind of weird. I mean, they were more superior to 16-bit systems, but they were not as superior of the 32-bit systems like PlayStation, Sega Saturn, or obviously the Nintendo 64. And take a look at this. And you're probably thinking, if you don't know the Neo Geo, you're probably, oh, this is an arcade stick you had to buy extra. No, this is what comes with the Neo Geo console. Is a arcade stick, because pretty much the Neo Geo was actually playing arcade versions of games. I mean, they're almost identical what the game is on arcade to the consoles. And you can see the price tag still on it. That's what I paid, $325. There was a game store. I was talking to one guy, and he was like, "Yeah, it comes with the console, the controller, and a game." And I was like, "Alright, I'll wait until I got paid." And I went for it, and this one guy is very cheap and shrewd. He was like, I literally saw him. I told him to pick it up. I saw him pick these, and then I saw him reaching for the game, and then he's like, retracted because he knew I'm gonna have to get a game, but I'm like, really? But I didn't have the heart to tell him. I guess I didn't have the balls. It was like, hey, someone told me I get a game with the whole. It was a bundle, I believe, but I was like, screw it. I think it was an extra $30 for the first game I got, but yeah, I mean, these are the Rolls Royce of game systems. So let's see what I got. And over here, these are my Neo Geo games in their cases, and I got one loose. And the first one is Fatal Fury 2. And you can obviously tell this is the Japanese version. These will work on American Neo Geo. If you love fighters, this is the system for you. Like next one, this is Samurai Spirits, but in America it's Samurai Showdown. There's another Japanese port. You can obviously tell right there. I like this game. It's called Super Spy. And yes, I did pay that right there. But I believe I used a bunch of trades to knock that price down. And look how cool the arcade graphics it looked. It really did look like arcade game. And it pretty much was, so I really enjoyed that. That's actually on the Switch, on the eShop right now. And this is another version of Samurai Spirits. Another version. One of these are one, and one. The other one's 2. And obviously you can tell this is also a Japanese version. And you're like, I wonder how big everything is. How big is the cartridge? Well, this is the Neo Geo cartridge. The thing is huge. Let's see, compare it to NES game. You see how it pretty much almost almost doubled the length and doubled the almost over doubled the thickness of it. And I know for NES cartridge, their games are board actually goes about up to here, maybe a here and down. It doesn't actually use the whole cartridge. But as if you look, you can always see the circuit board. In the Neo Geo, they have 2 circuit boards. It's kind of interesting setup. And you can see this one right here, this clear Neo Geo game. But this is what's called an MVS game. This is technically a arcade game. These are actually cheaper to pick up than the actual console versions. Like, this is the American one. You see the Samurai Showdown. I mean, I love you can see right through the casing. Same thing as well. It has 2 boards in it. But, one of the biggest things about this, it's a very pricey system to get into. Well, you saw how much I paid that. It's nearly a PlayStation 4 and Xbox. And the system is old. But now, here's a shocker. Games, you see how this one is $30? I believe that I picked it up at that same flea market. I picked up the system. So it would go from this price, if you're lucky, to hundreds of dollars to possibly thousands of dollars. I mean, I believe the most expensive one was Super Spy. I paid for $85. And I think I got a good deal on this loose cart as well, so it's not cheap to get into a Neo Geo, but it's badass to have. I tried it on that big flat screen TV I have, but it does not work on the HDMI TV. You have to go to an old tube TV like that to play the Neo Geo. I might try the adapter in the future, but right now it works on that TV, so I'm happy with it. So thanks for watching, guys. I know this was a mini, but I figured do this one real quick. Thank you. Bye.